Okay, and we are finally here um, to our
Hello,
usual.
everyone.
Hello, Ali. Welcome to our usual Thursday appointment, where we analyze different topics about language learning and English learning in particular. Let's say. So, Ali, welcome. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
with us this Thursday. Thank you for being with us this week.
Thank you.
Alessandro is a teacher trainer in the European Academy of Creativity, Europass um, headquarter in Spain, in Barcelona, correct?
Yes, definitely. Yes. Hello from Barcelona. Sunny day today.
We wish we were there with you. In Florence, it's a bit cloudy today. It's not raining or anything, but it's quite cloudy. It's not really
Okay.
a sunny day like the ones we had in the last weeks. Marta is saying hi. Hi, Marta. Thank you for
Oh,
following us. And so the reason why this week I invited Alessandro, and Alessandro is here with us, it's because I wanted to talk about podcasts and in general to talk about audio products and how we can use them in our language learning process. So both podcasts, audiobooks, radio, everything that is now in this week, we have witnessed an explosion of Clubhouse, which is a social network based only on voices, only on audio. So there is definitely a rise in the production and in the consumption of these products. And Alessandro is our expert in educational podcasts and also in producing podcasts. So, Alessandro, welcome first
yes.
of all.
Thank
And
you.
I wanted to ask you what got you into interested in this topic.
Yeah, no, basically, since now, last, let's say, 3 to 5 years, we see a bloom of these audio experiences, not only in our educational environment, but also in general for the mobility of the people as well, for the necessity needs, but also for there is a saying that the radio never died. So basically, since 50 years now, the use of radio is always innovate the experience for to get in contact, with the people,
Definitely.
with the audio experience, basically. Why? Because let's say that we are human, and we like as well, thanks to the radio, we can open up to our imagination, which is quite interesting. Listen uh, voices, or even not only passive listen the voice, but even use the voice, your voice, when you produce an audio experience or podcast or a video cast or whatever, express your voice. So it's very important to understand as well the needs to express yourself as well, with the voice, and listen the voice in your body. Especially if we're talking about not only adults but even teenagers or kids, it's very important, since the developing as well of these tools, like creating podcast or using the voice, like even social media, like we say, like sing along, like a TikTok, for example, or other
Mhm.
new social media, like you say before, Clubhouse, etc. Is a necessity as well of imagination, and also to listen and to express as well. So it's quite
Mhm.
interesting to explore these topics. Like listen the voice in the body, express the voice, train the voice. To express some not only grammatically understand better language, but also to how to talk properly, or maybe how to present something, how to again, express emotion as well. Why not? With the voice. So the voice in the body is very important. So we say that the audio experience is a whole, experience of the senses, not only listen but also talk. We say, express emotions and many other things, that we can put in this area of audio experience. And yes, basically it's interesting because there is a lot of podcasts to listen for, if we're talking about the language, learning a language, we say that from the podcast point of view, we can go anywhere. We can go in the history, we can go in art, we can call artcast. Yes, why not? For podcast with art, or English cast,
Yes.
or history
I think
cast,
that in the
a
latest
broadcast.
years, yes, in the latest years, also in Italy, there has been now a development in podcast, and there are podcast producing companies that actually make very good, high quality products. But let's say 3 or 4 years ago, um, good podcasts were American podcasts, podcasts that understood, because initially for a very long time you had the podcast app on your phone, but podcasts were, for the most part, recorded, for example, radio programs. So
Okay.
if there was a popular radio program, it would be recorded and you could find it in your podcast selection. But
Yes.
American companies started doing podcasts, which were original products, conceived and created only to be listened and to
Yes.
be a source of entertainment and storytelling. And I think there are some products that are really amazing, and they are just as catchy as a TV series or as a good book. If you start listening to the Serial podcast, for example, that re-examines old criminal cases, um,
Yes.
they are just so interesting. And I'm a commuter, not now. Now I'm working a lot from home. But when I go and work at Europass, I have about 1 hour and 15 minutes of travel to do. And it's hard for me to read because I'm in the bus and I walk a lot, which are two situations that I don't like to read when I'm on the bus. And so listening to podcasts really gave me that feeling of listening to a story and being
Definitely.
engaged while I was walking. And I
Definitely.
thought that was really, really nice.
Yes, definitely. I agree on this. And you respond as well, to a needs, which is a mobility needs, when while you travel, maybe you train yourself a gym, like running or in the car, or whatever, the experience of the audio experience is there. You can listen in streaming, a recorded session, live, and etc. So it's quite interesting to understand those kind of phenomena, that happen in the last years, instead of only videos, but multimedia materials. Like we were talking about even video cast. When you see the radio online as well, when you see the people talking on the radio as well, like
Of course.
the video cast or the radio online, but with video as well,
Yes,
integrated. So it's quite, there is a lot of, maybe the experience of screen recording as well. There is a lot of software like Screencast-O-Matic, ScreenUp.io as well, that we, after I can show you some of them. Basically, it's quite interesting to record, the screen, and then also use the voice to talk on top of the screen, or voiceover as well, and changing some contents of some videos with your voice as well. So it's quite, even those areas of the broadcast, and podcast and the video cast and screen recording is quite interesting to explore from the point of view of learning a language, or maybe teaching a language as well. Both, let's say, so osmosis between teachers and students too. Is
definitely.
using these tools today, which help
Definitely.
us again to inspire creativity, open to imaginations as well, and again express a tool of expression and experimental as well, at the same time. If we're talking about even today using some automation tools to recognize the voice speaking and translating to words, maybe, like using your voice to automatically write the text while you're talking as well for the subtitle, for example. There is even automatic software that help you to see if you pronounce properly, that term or whatever, that word, and help you as well to develop the text while you are talking, and automatically develop the text, So there is a lot of coming up, a lot of tools, a lot of innovation, and in edutech, education and technology. So it's quite exciting for us living these moments today, in a proper way.
Niju is following us from Nepal. Hello, Niju. Oh. Thank you for following. That's even farther than we are usually used to. And for Europass, you have a course about educational podcasts or podcasting for teachers, which is both. It's also a MOOC, a self-paced course.
Yes. Also, so it's a MOOC, it's a self-paced course.
Self-paced course, a live course.
A live course as well as presential too, when we are back to normal as well here in Barcelona.
When the world starts turning again. Yes. And can you tell us what the course is about?
Yes. Basically, the contents of the course is quite interesting because we try to focus on the necessity as well to create a podcast experience in a regular basis in the classroom, in the school. Why in a regular basis? Because sometimes using podcasts, for example, once every 6 months or every year is not really. You cannot see the cultural innovation change in your classroom or in your experience. Maybe on a regular basis, yes, because practicing is help as well, to develop some ideas to get better results and so on, So based on the pyramid of learning, which is a pyramid related to see the retention rate of the students, we see that lecture and reading is only on 5 to 10% of the retention rates. And we see how on this pyramid raise the level of retention more into the use of multimedia and to demonstration as well, to the demonstration or maybe teaching others, between create groups on project-based learning, etc., to create projects that can help to teaching each other up to 90% of retention rate. Whatever subject or topics we're talking about, history, languages, arts, and science, and so on. So the necessity
moving from the passive reception to the production of content
raises too passive to become proactive as well, So
it's a role as well. Retention rates dramatically.
Exactly. To become proactive means as well that, especially for talking about secondary school, primary school, we need to shape the leaders of tomorrow as well as teachers. And so it's very interesting. There is an added value creating a podcast instead of listen-only podcasting, or maybe creating podcasting in a way that is suitable for any age level, any school level, any age as well. It's quite interesting to create the contents as well. So the teacher with the students creating contents in the cycle of production, post-production, pre-production, production, post-production idea. There is a lot of easy tools, which if you want, I can share, or maybe I can just talk now.
No.
Yes, there is some softwares that we can use as like Spreaker. I can share the screen if you like.
Yes, please.
So share screen. Okay, here. I don't know if you can see the screen.
Yes, I have to wait. I have to do this. Okay.
Spreaker, for example, is
Mm-hmm.
quite a good podcast. There is many softwares, that
Okay.
you can use to create. You can use to create your basically contents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Spreaker is one of these, which is quite interesting because basically help you to create the let's say the kind of interesting contents
Okay.
with your classroom, etc. Also, I cannot find it right now. Maybe sorry, I cannot find it here because my screen is quite. Okay. Anyway, I will. I will talk. I will go back to the normal screen. I will share these contents in the description after. These
Yes,
links,
please. Perfect.
which will be good. To
Yes.
having these little tools. So
Yes.
Spreaker is one of these software which helps as well from there is many Audacity as well. So many software which is very easy to choose some songs with as well a free library of songs of music or to create music, experiment music, download some free track music, free license
Content.
music, and then creating contents. Podcasting is a wide range of opportunities as well for students because one week you can create a documentary, maybe another week you can create a talk show, another week you can create interviews, another week you can create a case history and so on. So basically, again there is a lot in this course. There is a lot of examples that how we can create those contents with our students. But also it's quite interesting from not only to use some software or computer let's say tools, but even just simple recording a voice with mobile devices and
Mm-hmm.
add these contents to a platform to share
Yes.
online with social media maybe, etc.
Yes.
Just
Just
adding
to
some
upload.
images. Yes, to add some images, maybe with other tools, as a Canva or other tools, to create a proper podcast cover as well, which is quite interesting. That looks like a vinyl tools, like
Of course.
in the 80s or in the 70s. Like we used to have vinyl. Today, the podcast cover is a
Yes,
square
it's
code with
square.
your name.
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
episode 1, episode 2. At the end of the year, you can have a collection of 12 episodes maybe, which is quite interesting. Is always online and pick up from maybe the section, the British poetries or the Irish poetries or whatever, you're studying with your
Yes, definitely.
subject or topic. So and it's quite cooperative as well, is immersive and is inclusive. I mean, it's an experience worth to try with classroom mate, with colleagues, collaboration with other colleagues as well, with other subjects, English with the history, English with arts, to create
Yes,
those contents at the end of the day to learn with fun, which is quite the central pivot as well, of the process,
definitely.
learning process, exactly.
Niju is asking to share the link. Niju, as soon as the live is over, Alessandro will add the link in the description and in the comment section of this video. So in just a few minutes, he will add the links to you will find them under the video in the comments or in the description. And in general, since our audience is very spread across the world, and a lot of times we have people watching in the days after. We are always monitoring the comment section. So even if you're not watching this live and you're watching this recorded in a second moment, you can write your questions both for me and for Alessandro, and we will make sure to take care of you, even if it's not during the live. But we do monitor the comments in the day after. And
Yes, definitely.
the reason why we are interested in all of these tools for language improvements, we as Europass have a special place in our heart for teachers. So our English courses are developed thinking about teachers and teacher cooperation, and our English courses are also a chance for teachers of different countries to meet and have a space to connect with each other, and is a very challenging space for them. So if you are interested in our English courses, you're not sure which is your level, you can check this link that is right here. You can test your level. And then when you have decided which is your level, you can enroll in one of our English courses. They start regularly, and they are a great place to talk about topics like this with your colleagues around Europe and sometimes around the world. We've had students joining from everywhere in the world. Are they using podcasts in their lesson planning? Are they using some of these new multimedia instruments to make their students proactive rather than only receivers?
Yes.
And also, you could learn better how you could use listening to podcasts as a tool to practice your language and to increase your listening comprehension, your vocabulary, and your pronunciation. These are three skills that would definitely benefit from a prolonged and high quality listening experience. So all things that are great and that we love from a tool to help us improve our language.
Yes, definitely agree on this. And also, let me say as well, even without these tools, this software that I mentioned before, like Spreaker, Audacity, etc., we can even easy use some free online tools like online voice recording, again, ScreenUp. .io, which I will send as well in the links, which immediately, just on one click away, you just press click and then you can start to record, or even to record the screen, or maybe record the voice and then download it and then publish online. It's very easy, and is everybody can do it, and it's quite that's quite a good revolution, actually. It's democracy on the use of everybody can create their own channel and their own radio as well. And that's a good
Of
thing.
course. Definitely. Alessandro, thank you for being with us. It
Thank you,
was
Christian.
great talking to you. You shared with us some very interesting information. I will definitely check out the software that you mentioned. So please make sure to add those links because I want
Definitely,
to
yes.
take a look. Thank you for being with us, and enjoy the rest of your day and come back.
Thank you very much to everybody, and hope to see you soon in Barcelona, maybe, or online again. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye bye.